as academic dean, one of the things I enjoyed most was when I had a chance to hire the next basketball coach. When I came to Multnomah, I was thrilled we had a basketball team, but even more, that Jim Skagen had made basketball a ministry at Multnomah. And we, the whole student body, we were a part of fundraising to send them to Alaskan villages where they would play basketball, teach basketball, and share their testimony. Later, it was France. Once they were on national French TV, and the posters made it look like we were representing all of America. It was France against America. But the scholarship wasn't money. It was a chance to go on a ministry and make basketball the reason why it was effective. Jim Skagen retired. And I said to myself, he's too young to retire. That man's got 10 more years of coaching in him. So I didn't believe him. And I said, I just kept recruiting, trying to get him to change his mind. Finally, I said, he's not going to change his mind. And I remember saying to him, Jim, how are we ever going to find another Skagen who loves sports, can coach, and loves ministry, can do fundraiser? How are we going to find them? And he said, well, it's not that hard. I know all the other people in the country that think the way I think. Oh, I said, Jim, give me some names. Well, one of the names he gave me was Chris Reese. And Chris, who had played college basketball on a scholarship and was now in a high school as assistant basketball coach. And he said, he's one. His father has that mindset, and so does he. So we brought him in, interviewed him, and when I got done, everybody said, I think he's the guy. And I said, I have to see him in his own gym. I just have to see him as a coach with his own players in his own gym. So rather than saying he's hired, I took a midnight flight to Ohio and arrived early in the morning with no sleep. And they tried to keep it a secret that I was there trying to recruit one of their basketball coaches. But word got out. So everybody in this small Ohio high school looked at me like, are you going to steal our coach? So I had a wonderful time. I watched him in classes, saw him with the basketball team, interviewed basketball players, and loved what I heard from the basketball players. In fact, after I had heard all these people, I started feeling guilty that we were stealing him. And my last talk with the principal, I remember saying, do you need him more than we need him? Everybody loves him being here. And that principal, he said, nope, Chris told us when he came. This was his goal. We knew that. That's his next step. We're happy he's taken that step. Nope, steal him, take him, and we hope he does well. Well, I think he did well, first of all, in ministry. One of the trips I went with him was to Salem to the prison. He set up a basketball game between the prisoners who had a basketball league in the prison and our team. And I wanted to go so bad. So he put me on the list as assistant coach. I thought, wow. I said, Chris, if I give you some suggestions on offense or defense, are you going to listen to me? He said, no, that's just your title. I'm not listening to you. Okay, I'll just sit there on the bench and think about what's happening. It was so much fun to watch in that environment our team play and then share the gospel at halftime and be thrilled that we had another coach who cared about that. One of the testimonies mentioned that the team was 4-0. I mention that because the prisoners won the game, I think, by 2 points. It was a great game. And they had one player who could get about a foot above, maybe a foot and a half above the rim. They called him Miami. I still can picture him going up. So as we were going out, the prisoners who saw us going out were calling out to us, 4-1, 4-1. You just lost your first game. I don't think so. I think we won that game. The gospel was shared and a great game happened. And I loved it when Chris did some creative things. He did a dunk contest at midnight before the basketball season. So here's the gym filled with students at midnight to get their first look at the new ball team. And just a great way to get interest in what he was doing. We decided that we had hired the right man when our team went to the finals for the national championship for Bible colleges. It was taped. I watched the tape, and we got down 3 points ahead. There was a foul and a 3-shot foul, and I watched, and this guy made all 3 free throws. So there was about 6 seconds left, and we were taking out the ball, and it went down the court pretty quickly and got to the corner to one of our best shooters. The ball was up in the air when the buzzer went off, and then you saw the swish. For one time, we were the best basketball team in the whole country, at least of Bible colleges. But for me, hearing the testimonies at halftime in the prison will be how I remember Coach Chris.